Good morning and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about kitchen sink and we'll be discussing fully on a 3D kitchen sink we have prepared. I want to make sure that everybody understands how to prepare a kitchen sink.
At P&T Smart Minds, we specialize in crafting top-notch content and innovative designs for the modern world. Discover the smart choice for your content and design needs with P&T Smart Minds. P&T Smart Minds, where creativity meets excellence.
Now, if you are not registered with my channel or if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing for more tutorials. Now, we have design lessons most times and we'll be doing a lot of content on design of a 3D drawings. Click the notification bell. If Let's get to the system and see how we can do this. Now we're going to be working on centimeter. So let's type UN. Today we're going to fully be using shortcuts to help us understand it. So UN, what do? We enter and it opens up the dialog box. Now we are working on centimeter. Then we close it. Now let's start. First, we'll talk about rectangle, which is REC, rectangle. We come in, take our points, ask for the dimension. So what do we have? We have 100 by 50, 57, sorry, 57, and we press enter and complete it by entering finally. Now we have a rectangle of 100 by 57. 57, 100. Now, the next thing, we're going to do what we call fillet. Fillet is forming a curve at the edges. Now we take a fillet and pick a radius. Fillet of what radius? We're taking it the radius of we're taking a radius of 5 centimeter. And we are going to do multiple. That means we're going to make sure that all the four sides are done. So let us start. Then when we're through, we enter to exit. The next thing we're going to consider is doing an offset. Offset is making an extra one inside or outside, depends on where we want it. We want inside. So we do an offset. O is for offset. Then we put a distance between them. What distance are we looking at? We're working on 2.5. Now, 2.5. So let's go ahead and say enter. So we can now do it. We pick the point and take it to the direction. My point is inside, so I'll push it inside. Now this is finished. Now we enter to end the command. We go to the next thing. We see that we want to work on this edge. Want it to be slightly bigger, just like the one in the sink area. Just like the one in the sink area. Look at it. This is a bigger curve. And what curve size is that? We're working on 8. So we go back to the system and try and see how we can do that. We still choose fillet, choose a radius, and 8 is the radius. Pick it. And also we set that it is multiple. So multiple, you see multiple, this is multiple, showing in multiple, showing that it is M. You can pick an M and it shows multiple. So you can now start picking the sides. Pick this and pick this, pick this, pick this and this, and pick this and pick this. So now we are finished with that. We want to also look at getting a shape here according to what we have in the sink, getting a shape there. How do we do that? Let us see. Look at, we have a shape on the ends. So we face that shape, this curve, small curve at the ends. Let's go and see how we do that. Now we come in, we take a circle of radius 6 cm, 6 centimeter. We pick it, and now we give the radius 3 centimeter, sorry, 3 centimeter. We now take radius. After clicking, we say enter. Then we now give it a radius of 3 centimeter. Press and enter. So that is over. We need to move this thing to a distance, and the distance we're moving it to is 6 centimeter. Now we take it, move is M. We take move, which is M, move is M. So you always see the shortcut command by the side, move, which is M. So we now pick it, then we go to the system, pick the circle and come down. See where I put my base, and I didn't want to put it on it because I didn't see the need to do that. Especially now that we're not using it to do anything that leads to fixing at a point. Now let us take care of some other things now. We made, what is the distance? Is 6. Let's continue. Now this is 6. So what do we do here? We now want to make the other curves. Now the bigger circle has a radius of 15 centimeter, has a radius of 15 centimeter. So now 15 centimeter. So what do we do? Let's work on this. Now the radius is 15 centimeter, and we want to use it to fix here. We need 2 points. We need the tangent. We also need a tangent somewhere here, and we also need a radius of 15 cm. So let us go in. Now we first of all take the circle. We give it a command of T arrow, which is tangent, tangent, radius. So we come in and enter. We come in and touch the first tangent and go back, touch the second tangent and pick our radius position by writing 15. It will now select a good position for radius. That is it. So we now do the same thing, or we can mirror it. Let's mirror it. Let us see how it looks. Mirror is MI. Mirror is MI. MI is mirror. MI is mirror. So we use it for this. We come in by entering. We accept it. We now pick the want to mirror this diagram. Let's see how we do that. We come in here, take a center and go to the other side and do a mirror point. So it's asking if we want to erase this first one we use. We say no. So we enter no, and it is there. Now the next thing to take care of now is we need to ensure that all these things that are not useful are trimmed. How do we do that? We go into trim. We have done the trimming. Now the next thing to do is to do a mirror. Mirror that object. Now we have prepared this one, so we can easily mirror it, pick it, and mirror it. And mirror it. No, we don't want to delete, so we have a mirror on it. So this is sorted out. The next thing to do is to trim. We have a trim. We use a tree, which is TR. It has been done before. So let's continue. We come in here, trim, now, enter to stop, go to the next thing. We want this, notice that these objects are separate, but we don't want them to be separate. We want them to be together. So what do? We we go to J is join. J is a join. Now we take a J, which is join. Then we now pick the object we want to avoid too much delay. We can pick the whole thing and ensure that it is all joined. Then press and enter to accept that these are the things. Then when you check, you see that everything is joined. Now there's no space. What we can do next, the next thing to do is we offset again. We do another offset and it's still 2.5. So since it's still 2.5, we still leave it at the 2.5. We don't need to do any other thing again. We don't need to write it. We can just press enter to accept that that is what we're acting of. Then we can now pick this one and bring it inside. So this is what we've done. So make it okay. Now we wanted to separate each of these things, each of the 2 points, because a sink is also have a separate here and a separate here, just as we have in the diagram, a separate of this and a separate of this, and it's separated by lines, 2 lines. So let's go back and see how we can do that. Now we come in here, we pick we pick a line and choose any arbitrary point. Come in here and pick this. Then we look at a trim. Now we want to use the trim in a different method. So how do we do that? We first of all go and explode this, explode it back, and this is what we have. Everything is separated, everything is now separated. Now we can now delete this. We can now delete this. Now we have started separating it little by little. We come in here and take trim, then put our hand on the shift box, on the shift, then touch this thing, it will extend. We do the same thing for this, and it will extend too. So when you're through, press enter to escape. Now, every circle has its own quadrant. So we're going to also place our line on the quadrant. Place line separating the quadrant. So this has been done. So we go back again. First of all, we have to erase this, which was used, which was used for separation points. Now let us go back to trim. Now, trim, we have already been used to it. We want to trim off this excess. So let's do that now. Clean. So we have already trimmed this area. We have trimmed it. So let us go to the other one and let us see how we can do that. Now, we can also carry this line to the other side. We take a mirror diagram, a mirror. I know a lot of us are used to it now. So we come in here, pick a point, mirror it down, then it is sorted out and say no. Now we come into this place and take a trim to extend it. Take a trim and we now press a shift and extend it by touching and do the same thing here. I click left clicking and this is what we have. Now we want to, we will see that the arc we have here has, because of the movement, it has become smaller. And we know the size is 12.5. The size is 12.5, slightly bigger than the other ones we have. So what do? We come into this point and say fillet. We have been using fillet. What do we do next? Radius. So we give it a value, 12. Press it and we do multiple. Okay. Now we do the same thing for the other side. Take a fillet and take a radius and leave the 12 because the 12 already is still existing there. You press and enter to accept it. Then you come to this side. You come in here, delete this. Come in here and delete this. Now we are having this on our system. Now we want to also do something. We want to take a circle for this point here. We want to take a circle for this point here. And the radius of the circle is 6. Now we can pick it here. We can put it here, radius. We can put it circle, sorry. Pick a circle and give it a radius, which is arrow, of 16. With a radius of 6, I mean. Now, we want to move that circle downwards by 19 cm. It has to be moved by 19 cm, 19 centimeter. Okay, so let us enter it. Okay, the next thing to do is to do the same on the other side. We already know what we need to do. We take a mirror and place this on the other side. So enter to set. Now we are already on this. This is what we are using to start the drawing. Now we are going to start with the 3D side of the drawing. What do? We go into the view panel. We come into isometric. We select the southeast. We want to select the southeast. So we pick up the southeast. So it gives us something like this. So with this, we can now start. Now, we want to consider some very important things here. We know that this is not in the same level as this. So we want to push this down by some distance. So let us write and say move. Make sure it is horizontal and vertically down. Making sure that this is vertically down. It's vertically down, showing a vertical sign. So we make sure that it's vertically down, then press 1. Press enter and press enter. Now we go to the next one. We want to also move this. But before we move it, it seems that it's still not joined. So what do? We pick join and go into this place, touch all the things we need to touch. Since we're not in 2D space, we can see how we can correct this. Let us try and pick it gently. I know that we will have finished doing this on the 2D space, but let us finish it up. Now, we're almost through. Make sure that everything is selected. Then press enter to confirm that you have accepted to join all together. Then it is now, I think all these are joined together. So now we want to move all down. Let us do that by pressing M for move. Then we press enter. Then we go into this, pick these two circles and move them 20 cm down. You can pick any point as our base. You can now pick it and move it down 20 centimeter and press enter. Now this is where we are now. So we have finished with the major issue. Now we made a small mistake. What we need to do is let us try and bring it back. Let us create a copy of it. Let's come back and say copy. copy. We can also have at least this same copy up. So we go back again and do and say 20 cm to bring us back to the position and to remove the other one. So it's still the same method. We would have used a copy instead of a move. Now let us come in here. We want to make sure that all informations are working well. Now the first step is we want to shade this all these informations so that we can have almost what we have for the upper side. Let's see how it looks. See this upper side, it was shaded. So we want to use a realistic shade. Let's go back. Now, the realistic shade, we'll go back to our 2D query. It's under view. We now check here and put it on realistic, realistic, on realistic. Then we come in to start our work. First, we type in loaf, L-O-F-T. So it is the first thing on the system here. You press it, you enter it. Now we come in to the system. What do we want to loop? We want to loop the 2 points, but we can't do that directly. If we loop here, everything will be looped at the same time. So what do? We press a mode that directs us that yes, we only want the surface. So we pick a surface and pick this, and it is looped. Then we press enter to accept that yes, this is what we're asking. We go to the next thing, into the next position. We try taking this. We want to loop this and this together. So how do we do it? We still enter because the information is still there. So we can still enter. We can press enter or we can press space bar. Any of them can bring us back into that former command. So we press enter to bring us to the former command and take this and this, and it enters, and we accept and say that is what we're looking for. Now we come into this other level. This one, we are going to have to delete this because we don't need it. Remove it from the list, it's not there. So we are also going to delete this because we don't need it. Now we are going to do something. The next stage of this is to look at this and how do we link it to this. What do? We take the same command, we go back and write loft, then we press enter. So we now pick it. So what do? We okay, sorry, there's a mistake here. This one is supposed to go down by 1 cm. So let us press move and it will go down. We pick it down and we make it 1 centimeter so that it will not be on the same level as the sink itself. So let's work on the loop again. LOFT. Then we enter. Then we work on mode because it's the mode that will bring up the surface. Yes, we are working on the surface. We now come in to say we pick this and we pick this. So it picks the surface. So we enter and accept that every other thing can be done like that. So we go to this place. We want to relate the top part of the sink to the bottom. So how do we do that? We go back to the same loop by pressing enter and press the mode which is MO. Then you don't pick solid, pick surface. Then it comes out. You now pick this surface and you pick this, pick the edges of the line, and it brings it up and you accept it and say enter and enter, which is it has been entered. So now we want to look into something else. Now there is supposed to be a kind of small curve. It's not supposed to be looking too direct, like if it's if it's a straight path. It's not a straight path, it's a kind of curve. Now, and that curve is about 12 or 15 centimeter bending. So let us try and see how we can do that. We take soft soft, but we are going to put soft fillet. It's a way of saying soft fillet. And this is written here. Once you start writing soft, which is FUR, it will bring out the information. So now you now pick it. Then it asks you, they look at the system. It says, is it trim or is it radius or trim surface? So you pick radius, and picking radius means you pick the first letter, which is R, to say that is what you're asking of. He now asks you, what are we working on? You now tell it, we're working on 12, 15, sorry, not 12, 15. Now we now go back to 15. We now pick 15. So 15. Let's continue. And we press enter. So it gives us chance to work on this. We are picking this and we are picking this surface. And we say enter. And the two surfaces have been worked on. So we have a curved surface on that ground. Let's do it again. Press enter. We work on radius. Then we work on this and this. Okay, so that has been done. Now we come into this area. Because of this, it is cancelled. Now we want this one to also be on the other side. So what do? We pick it, come in here, and pick this, come in here and pick copy. Copy is CO, copy, CO. Now we enter to accept. Then we now come in and say, we now come in here and pick this, and also pick this, and now copy it to this other side. So we pick a point, any point. Maybe would have been better to pick the edge, but let us pick any point here. So we stop here. So this place is sealed, but the original one, it is open. So we want to remove that sealedness. There's a way we can do that by going to the same soft trim. We now go to soft trim, which is the first thing. We now touch the items that are affected. We now look at this, pick this, we pick this, then we press enter. Then now it asks us which select cutting surface, or we.
Thank you for joining me in this tutorial on creating a kitchen sink using AutoCAD. I hope you found the steps clear and helpful in enhancing your design skills. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and updates. Your support helps me continue creating valuable content for you.